Hi, welcome to Problem Solving. This is just an overview to video number 10, how to change undesired behaviors. In previous videos, I have said that when anything new is presented to anyone, everyone will cross a resistance to change curve. There will be a period of resistance, and then finally there will be committed support. Always the stakeholders will be distributed in a curve like this one. Some of them will be early adopters, very quickly will cross the resistance to change curve. Many of them, most of them will be the mass adopters, and few of them will be the late adopters. Also, I have said in previous video that through a good communication strategy, it is possible to accelerate the resistance to change curve. So we can reduce the deepness of the curve, but also we can reduce the time it takes to cross the curve. And then we can have a distribution like this one, which it will take less time to cross the resistance to change curve. Nevertheless, in some cases, still, there will be a population which will be resisting to change, which will be here, even though we are doing a good communication strategy. What should we do? Well, we have two options. Option number one, complain, blame people, justify the people, cry, shout, scream, etc. Nothing of that will help. Option number two, try to identify the reasons of why people are not supportive. If we understand the reasons of why people do not support the change, why people are resisting, why people are having behaviors that they shouldn't have, doing things that shouldn't do, or not doing things that should do, then we can create a strategy to make them move forward, to cross the resistance to change curve. And this video number 10, is about that, the reasons of why people usually resist to change. The first step, the first thing to do is to identify who the stakeholders are. Let's say that we are having a list of potential stakeholders. For instance, we are having number 1, which is Mary. We are having number 2, which is John. We are having number 3, which is Laura, etc., etc. Once that you have the list of all these stakeholders, you have to identify where they are located. In some cases, for instance, some could be here. Number 1, Mary, maybe John is here, maybe Laura is here, etc. And you can have other stakeholders in different locations on this diagram. If you find someone in this region, on this region, then that means that we have to do something else. We have to do an acceptance strategy. And in order to do the acceptance strategy, the first thing to do is to understand why people are not supportive. The reasons of why people do not support, the reasons of why people have behaviors that shouldn't have, could be summarized on 4 major reasons, which you can remember with the term 5 C's, because of lack of commitment, lack of confidence, lack of capability or lack of capacity, lack of cognition, and that leads to the conducts, to the behaviors of the people. Also, we can remember those 5 C's with wiser: lack of willingness, lack of inspiration, lack of structure, lack of education, and that leads to the level of resistance. For instance, the need is not created. Maybe the person already knows what should do is not a matter of training, is not a matter of resources, etc. But the thing is that, well, I don't feel the need to change. I don't see the benefit. I see that the change represents more work for me, more effort for me, and what I'm going to gain individually it doesn't compensate the effort that I need to change. Then, if that is the case, what we have to do is to create a strategy to create the need, to do something to, well, motivate the people, to get the commitment of the person, well, making the person see that the benefits are greater than not to doing or not changing the behaviors. The other reason is lack of inspiration. Maybe, yes, I know that this is good and that I have the resources and everything, but the person that is leading the change, the person that is asking me to change my behaviors, etc., well, I don't trust to that person. I don't follow that person, because people don't follow to people that don't trust. So that person is not inspiring me confidence. If that is the case, then we have to change the leadership. We have to change the leader, or we have to change the leadership style, and also we have to add more communication. Also, it could be that the reasons of why I am resisting is because I think that I cannot do it. I'm not able to do it. I don't have the resources to do it. I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the support of other people to do it. If that is the case, then we need to provide support to that person. Provide the resources, provide a policy that that person can rely on in order to be able to do it, provide with help of other people, provide for, etc., whatever be necessary in order to give the person the resources, the time, the support, etc., that person is needing in order to do the change, in order to change her behaviors. Finally, can be because lack of education. The person doesn't know how to do it. People don't want to fail. Nobody likes to fail. If I don't know how to do it, if I don't know what to do, usually people prefer not to try instead of trying and fail. Then, well, we have, again, it's a matter of confidence, but it's a matter of confidence in terms of the knowledge. For that case, then what we have to do is to provide training. Once that we know the reasons of why the person is not supporting, the reasons of why the person is not having the behaviors that should have, then, well, we have to execute the training strategy, or the providing resources strategy, or the leadership strategy, or the motivation strategy, etc. And then we have to check again where that person is located on the resistance to change curve. Well, if you want to take a look to more detail on each of these concepts, have some examples, etc., well, please click on this link, video number 10, how to change undesired behaviors. Thank you very much. I hope that you take a look to the long video. Hasta la próxima.
When you know exactly what you're gonna face, find the folks with influence in the place. They can help solve the mess or make it worse. Without their support, your plans occur. If someone resists and won't play their part, there's always a reason deep in their heart. Don't rush to judge, don't close the door. Try to understand what they're fighting for. Causes of resistance, classified and right. Willing trust is structural, educational might. Depending on what's causing the strain, your acceptance plan must ease the pain. No one enjoys to stumble or fail. If they feel unsure, they bail. When they don't know how, they're freezing fright. So train them well, that's educational light. If they don't trust or believe in the lead, they won't follow or help the need. So running solutions crystal clear. A different leadership style must appear. If there's no support or resources to use, frustration and resistance will light the fuse. It's structural protection, don't let them drown. Managerial backing will calm things down. If they're not inspired by what what you propose. They'll say why change the old life goes, to stop the protest and lift them higher. Use inner and outer motivators to inspire. Stages of expectation, resistance, doubt and hate, we all face them when change is made. A strong acceptance plan clears the show, and with change profiles you'll make it glow.
Apotheosis. I dream of a world that worries less and takes care of the problems that make us scared. Apotheosis. To stop being a victim of emotions and circumstances, to not be scared of taking chances. Apotheosis. To take control of our lives and build a better future for ourselves and the people who surround us. Apotheosis.